Woven Almanac. Sorry, I'm just paper shuffling. If it's your first time stopping by my channel or my content, my name is Dawn. I'm a British expat from Manchester, and for 24 years I've been living here in the Netherlands. I live here with my partner Lawrence, who's South African, our sons Josh and William, and our little Parsons Terrier dog Jack. And I also have another channel here on YouTube. It's called Dawn's Days Vlog, and I film little snippets of what I get up to. And then every Sunday morning, Central European time, I upload a weekly vlog. I've also just very recently introduced a new series on that channel. It's called Chit Chat Wednesday. Here in the YouTube world, we've just come out of Vlogtober, where you film a very short video every day. And when it came to a close, I missed it. I missed chatting with everybody every day. And a lot of viewers had said, oh, we're going to miss you, because, you know, I am a YouTube viewer, primarily before I started with YouTube myself. And I thought, well, I can do like a midweek kind of break up, and it's just not, it's not connected to the vlog. It's a standalone little sit down coffee break moment, chit chat, and I've had some really, really good feedback on that. So if you are one of the people who've joined Chit Chat Wednesday, thank you very much. What else do I need to tell you? Where else to find me? So I'll put links in the description box below. There'll be timestamps, so if there's a particular topic that you're not really interested in, you can fast forward or rewind. And then if I don't have a link, I'll try and put some kind of descriptive text so you've got enough information to go and research it yourself. So yeah, I'll put my link to my Dawn's Days vlog channel here on YouTube. I have an Instagram account. It's at Dawn's Days. Even though it's kind of got the vlog name, it's my original account, and it is 98% crafting only. I've been a little bit slack on uploading with my Instagram, but I really need to pick that up again. And if you're a follower of me on there, thank you very much. I have a very, very poorly Facebook group that I am debating whether to just close it all together. It's called Crafty World 1. It is a shame, but it never really took off the ground, and you know, it tended to be the same people posting again and again, which was fine. Then we got a lot of spam, and you know, I just haven't put the time into it. So you can go and check it out, because there are some lovely posts and pictures on there. You know, you can look back, which is also nice. And I am a very, very occasional TikTok user, so that's also at Dawn's Days. Nothing really crafty on the TikTok. I've not really kind of got that TikTok bug. I am an avid doom scroller, where I will sit on my phone doing this for hours if I don't contain myself. So I've just made a very boring instant Nescafe coffee, because you know, when you start waffling, you get a little bit croaky. And my format is, I'm just going to move that there. What I do, I start off with giving you a little life update, because a lot of you don't watch the vlog, which is completely fine. It's not everybody's cup of tea. So I just give you a little short synopsis of what I've been up to, and then I dive into the craft. So a craft topic could have what I'm doing now, what I've finished, etc, or what I'm planning to do. So it's a life update, crafting, and then I do a little roundup at the end with anything incoming, any crafty goodies that I've bought or been gifted, etc, and maybe crafty plans. So in today's episode, we've got some knitting, sewing, some really nice incoming, and actually I've got a little bit of a throwback I'm going to share with you, only because I think you might find it funny and some of you might recognise it. So that's what we're going to be waffling about today. What else? I think that's all my admin-y kind of stuff to update you on. So what have I been up to since I last spoke to you? So I think I just had a birthday, and I was going to the biggest craft fair in the Benelux called Kreadoe. And I have actually done a full haul and a very in-depth chit chat about that in Vlogtober. So I'm going to link to that episode below, and that is, I've written it down, it's Vlogtober days 23 and 24. So there is footage of the Kreadoe. So I would urge you, if you really want to know about it, go head on over to that video and have a look. And if you're there, maybe you could subscribe. That would be fantastic. I like the video. But I will show you some of the things that I did buy there. So I went to Kreadoe, had a birthday. Not really much else has been going on. It's been the weather here in the Netherlands. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a really sunny day. Actually, a little bit too hot. I've only got a thin blouse on. I've been to the hairdressers this morning. I didn't even take a coat. It's so bizarre, the weather. What else? I'm trying to sort of rack my brains. I don't know. It's been a bit of a calm few weeks. That's a good word. It's been calm. I think coming out of Vlogtober, that, you know, videoing and editing every day, that even though I've really enjoyed it, it was a lot of work. So I'm kind of, you know, I've come out of that season and I'm just, you know, merrily chilling away. I have been obsessed with knitting. So I think, without sort of digging the depths of my menopausal brain, I think we'll just dive straight into the knitting, because what I'm trying to plan to do, time allowing, is my lovely friend Karen, for my birthday, bought me a pattern by Hoagie Locatell, and it's an MKAL, so a knit along, and it's called, I've actually got clue 2 here, it landed today as I'm filming, One Love. It's a shawl, and apparently it's a one skein shawl. So I can't share too many details because it is a paid for pattern. So, you know, I had a chat with Karen and Jeanette, and we were very excited, planning what yarn we were going to use. And, you know, it was very, you know, we just kind of got swept away in the moment. It wasn't on my radar at all. So thank you, Karen, if you're watching, for both putting it on my radar and treating me. And so it hit, and I'd cast it on with a skein of yarn that Karen had actually gifted me. 2023, I think. I had the lovely experience of going to Black Sheep Wool, which is it's a fantastic yarn barn in the northwest of England. And Karen and Jeanette, many of you know Crafty Creations, they often meet up there for a coffee and do some spending, as you do. And so I was over in 2023, I think it was, and so Karen gifted me this beautiful skein of yarn, and straight away I said, I'm gonna knit mine in this, because it was one skein. Now I hope not, I might end up playing yarn chicken, because the pattern called for, if I remember right, I haven't got the you got a planning sheet or a couple of sheets before clue 1, and I think it said 400 meters of like a fingering or sock weight 4-ply yarn. I think it said 400 meters, but 420 is better, and this skein of yarn is 400 meters. So I'm gonna show you. This is what lovely Karen got me, and I've been itching to use it. It's been in my, you know, you have your stash and you have your good stash. So this is by West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's their exquisite range. It's 4-ply, and it's 80% Falkland wool and 20% mulberry silk. Wowee, that's the label. And the colour is Tuscany, which is number 369. So I've been, you know, if, you know, we like our posh yarn, and I've been squishing it and sniffing it and, you know, loving it for too long now, and it's like, again, I'm going to cast you on. Is my tripod shrinking a bit? Sorry. So before I show you how far I've got, there was some drama, I'm going to tell you. So there will be a spoiler, because if you're waiting till the whole pattern's released, I'm going to show you clue 1 of the pattern, which is just section 1 of the pattern. We cast it on, my friend Nicola cast it on, and she called me, is your stitch count okay? And I was like, yeah, I had a problem with it, but I kind of figured it out, but I've got full of self-doubt now. And then we looked on Ravelry, and there was loads of comments about the stitch count being out. Now, she did, after a few days, Hoagie did respond in Ravelry, and then we got an email off her, you know, correcting. It wasn't so much a mistake, it was just she hadn't put the right stitch count with the right row, I think, if that makes sense. So I frogged mine several times. I didn't, no, not frog it, pulled it back several times, and I'm already worried about yarn checking, and it started to get a bit you know, a bit sort of fluffy, a bit bubbly, you know, the yarn a bit what's the word, like, it was starting to sort of felt a little bit, and I was like, I can't spare a centimetre of this yarn. So anyway, I put it in the naughty corner, and then last night, actually, thinking about it, I just frogged the whole lot and I started again. So I'm going to show you, and it's much better because it was on the edge of it. I didn't like it. It had a bit of a gappy hole. So this is the colour Tuscany, and then you know, you have a right and a wrong side, obviously. I'm knitting mine on my trusty old Knit Pro Zings interchangeable. I think, if memory serves me, can't see, 4.5mm, and I've only got them on a short cable for now. So this is the right side, and as you can see, it's just a plain old garter back and forth. I found this cute little daisy in my stash, and to mark the front, and then, you know, it's knit, and then you go into this lacy section, and apparently it was this lacy section that caused all the hoo-ha. So I don't know what it's going to look like after this, but already that's a good representation. You can see it's got this, I don't know if it's like some kind of flower head. I mean, it's called One Love, so I mean, what would that reference? So you can see if I just stretch it out slightly, that's kind of the lace pattern. Now, she's classed this as easy, and each section of the pattern is doable in the week between. So Clue 2 has dropped today, and I've printed it off, but I've not had time to look through it. I'm just going to have a glance now, and then it seems, yeah, we have another garter section, and then we have another lace band. I am going to wait with this because already the section 2 or Clue 2 landed in my inbox, and then it was immediately followed up with another disclaimer about something was back to front in something, and I thought, I've asked a few of my friends, and we're all in agreement that we're all going to wait for a few days and watch the Ravelry page and see if there's any mistakes in it, because I'm not frogging this back again. As I said, you know, I mean, this was super quick, but looking at this new section now, it seems you have to really concentrate on the lacy section. But yeah, what I'm hoping to do is upload a podcast every week. So there won't be a lot of crafting chatter in it because it's, you know, it's only so many hours in the day, but at least I can let you know my thoughts and impressions on the shawl and show you my progress, and, you know, let's see, you know, maybe you're also, you know, you've got something to say about it or tips for people. So that's that is the One Love shawl by Hoki Locatelli, Clue 1. So the next thing, I think I spoke about this in the last episode. Did I? Oh no, I'm doubting myself. I should have checked first. If you watch episode 3, is it episode 3? The last one. You'll know that my mum and my sister Estelle bought me 5 balls of the new West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas colourway, which is mulled wine in their signature 4-ply sparkle base. And I had already pulled out some DK Lion Brand yarn from my stash to knit a DK version of the Ranunculus Sweater by Midori, I can't remember her last name, many of you will know her. And I think I also spoke about tutorials from Sun Dragon something or other. Anyway, I spoke about all this in the last video. I could not have knitted this, the yoke, without Sun Dragon, the tip and tricks playlist. It was like having somebody sat with me holding my hand. It was fantastic. So I'm going to show you where I'm up to. I've literally just finished one whole ball of yarn. I'm knitting, so I've changed it now. It's not a DK, it's a 4-ply. I'm knitting the size 4. I'm going to put my specs on. Size 4. Long sleeve, but I think I'm going to do them like, I'm a 3/4 length kind of girl. You know, I like them just halfway between my elbow and wrist. So I think I'm going to do that. And one ball with a size 4 small neck on 4 ply. I have used, where are you, 100 grams, which is 400 meters or 437 yards. If you also want to have a go on one of the West Yorkshire spinners or any 4 ply. I did the tubular cast on with a crochet hook, again with the Sun Dragon video, walk in the park. I was doubting myself if it was going to fit over my head, but lo and behold, it does. This pattern is about trusting the process. So anyway, enough waffle. I've broke for the sleeves. I have to be careful because I've lost my needle stoppers. I did debate putting it on a longer cable, but I like this. I'm happy with this size. I don't mind this. It is quite bunched. So let's flip it round without dropping stitches. So this is, here we go. This is how far I've got. So you can see this is the small neck. In actual fact, it's not that small. I think it'll be, you know, just sat just above your collarbone. So it won't be like, I was worried doing the small. I remember talking to Jeanette and Karen about this, saying, oh, I don't want something strangling me. Far from it. And I've actually looked at other videos of people who've cast on with the small neckline, and it's actually, I wouldn't call it a small neckline. So this is all the yoke, and you can see with these beautiful, here is the ball, how it looks. So you can see all these gorgeous reds and oranges, and this, I don't know if the camera's picking up the stellina. Let me just try and, the sparkle, I don't know if it's picking it up. So this is the yoke, and then you have a raglan shoulder, and then you break for your sleeves. There's a different way of breaking for the sleeves if you have short or capped sleeves or no sleeves, 2 long sleeves. Apparently there's 2 sections. So I broke for the sleeves, and again I was like, I'm not going to get my arm through that, but I've stretched them through the cable. This is really messy. These cables are from Sustrin Grenners, I think, from their craft section. I don't know if they still have them. The cheapest chips, they're fine. Otherwise, I would have put them on a bit of scrap yarn. That's also fine. But when I stretch them out, this has got to be, I think this needs, it's going to need like a block and a half when it's done. But you can see how wide that is. So again, it's about trusting the process. So yeah, all I've been doing now is knit around the torso, and then I have to then I need to measure like a favourite sweater. This is like the armpit, the armhole underneath. I have to measure from there to however long I like on my favourite sweater, and then that's how I'll knit that minus a couple of inches for the hem, the ribbon. Excuse me. I tell you what, I have absolutely loved knitting this, and if it wasn't for the shawl, the MKAL, this is all I would have knit on. I cannot tell you how much confidence that the Sun Dragon videos gave me. As I said, it was like somebody holding your hand all the way through it, and it's also a testament to how far I've come. I cast on a ranunculus, I think it was in 2023, and I think I probably did a little bit of the yoke of the lace. I don't even see if the camera's picking that up. Can you see? Have I got anything to put behind it? Would this help? I've got this little notepad. Yeah, that's better. So I think you know, I managed to do a little bit of this lace work in the yoke. I love these, aren't they nice? And then I went away, I had a work trip, and I came back and I just lost the plot. My stitch count was out, and it really knocked my knitting confidence. And I did make a mistake, my own mistake. I was being very cocky, and you know, I was hitting stitch count after every row, and then I got a bit cocky and stopped counting. And then I'm going to give you a little tip here. And then just as I was breaking for the sleeves, I thought, let me just double check, and my stitch counts were out. But it's a testament to how far I've come with my knitting journey, that I had no fear of pulling back and recasting things on at all. So anyway, my top tip. So my stitch count was out, and I think it was in, imagine it's a big circle at this point, it was in 4 sections. So a stitch marker here and here for the arms. Yeah, so that's 1 section, 2 section, 3 and 4. So the back and front is 2 sections, and each sleeve is another 2 sections. And it tells you, depending on what size you're knitting, you know, how many stitches between each of your markers you should have. And 1 section had 1 extra stitch, 1 was like 6 or 7 stitches. And I was like, oh my God, my brain, I can't work this out. And I thought, I don't want to wing it. So I went on to Google AI, which is like ChatGPT, it's the Google version. And I explained the whole problem I'd got myself into to Gemini. And it worked out where I should equally distribute make 1 stitches in each section to hit the right number of stitches, and it provided me in the written pattern. So it was like, you know, slip marker. It even told me all that. It was amazing. So it was like I had an extra row, make 1, make. It was fantastic. So I would really recommend that to you if you're comfortable with using AI technology. I love it. I use it every day. It can just help, you know, it can help you kind of fudge a pattern if you don't want to frog or pull things back. So yeah, I've need to measure a nice sweater and see how far I get on. But when I'm in a week's time, hopefully I'm on the sleeves, we'll see. And then I'll let you know. You can have a look, and hopefully I would have told you what measurement I used, and you know, where it would sit on my body. So yeah, that's the ranunculus. Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely loving it. And then I think I'd cast these on, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to show you. Let's be real. I did, so I think I might have knitted 1 gingerbread sock. This is the, oh, what have I dropped? Oh, that would be handy if I didn't drop that. This is from a few years ago. This is another West Yorkshire Spinners. It's one of their Christmas colourways. This is gingerbread. So I knitted 1 sock, and then I'd knitted another one, and I've just done a few rows because I got obsessed with the shawl and the ranunculus. So I had hoped to finish them in October, but I haven't. So, but I'd show you anyway. I've really enjoyed sock knitting again, so hopefully that's a good sign that maybe when the ranunculus is done, that I'll get really fancy, you know, casting on some really nice socks. I swear by the Kreadoe 2.5mm red lace for my socks there. I've got several pairs. I think I've got a 2mm 2.5 and a 2.75. I might have a 3, and I've got some 9-inch circulars which I don't like for sock knitting. But these when you're new to sock knitting, they are, and magic loop obviously, they are a little bit sharp, and they you know, your fingers get a bit sore, but you soon get used to them. And seriously, they're the best knitting needles I've ever used for sock knitting. Right, I'll pop that there. So that's all the knitting. Sorry, I had a slurp. I'm feeling a bit sad because my crochets took a back seat, and but I will be casting on my Christmas pumpkin. That I need to free up some time to do that, because I want to do some embroidery on it as well, which obviously I'll show you near the time. Right, I think I've shown you that I was doing some English paper piecing. So look, well, I'll just show you how far I've got with them. Oh my gosh. And what I've been doing is every time I come in my craft room, I just sit here, and the sun is, in the afternoon, the sun is on the front of the house. And I just sit and glue and snip, and I'm having a lovely time making hexes. And it's not, I don't know why I've got it in a Christmas pouch, but I have. And I've got this massive stack of these little quilt hexagons, loads of them, in my little pouch from Jeanette Crafty Creations. Isn't it lovely? It just feels a nice shape, almost a bit square. So this is my little sewing pouch, and it's got quite thick padding on it, and I'm using this Goldman, just a plain cotton thread, and I'm not even using a quilting needle, actually. It's just some, you know, some needle from my stash. So I thought, well, I'll just show you, because I am, you know, I'm carrying on with it. I'm having a great old time. It's been lovely in the evening, just doing a little bit of hand stitching. And all I'm doing is I'm just making these hexy flowers. This is not Liberty. It looks a bit like Liberty, but it's not. And, you know, I've got quite a few flowers now. So it's just 6 hexagons and 1 in the middle. So I've got quite a lot. And they're all a little bit of a similar kind of colourway. So, for example, the flower hex is in the middle of that, and then the green is in the middle of that. So yeah, this is, you know, I'm just enjoying them. So I've got quite a stack now already, and I have neglected it for the last week. I've stuck loads of hexes on together, but in sewing them up, I've been a bit neglectful. And what I did do though is I was debating what to do with them. I didn't know if I was going to sew. It's like a honeycomb. I didn't know if I was going to sew them together like this, or sew them onto a hexagon. This is one of my hexy quilting rulers, and you can see it's got the holes, so you can mark off, you know, like a small one and a big one. So I didn't know if I was going to do quilt as you go, and so make one big hexagon and then hand stitch the flower hexagon onto like a backing fabric, and then quilt it, and it's a whole process about how you do that. Or just add each one to a hexagon and then stitch the hexagons together. I'm still out about it. What I did do is I bought some of this really nice, it's a little bit like an undyed natural cotton. There's like a little, you know, flubs in it. Are these slubs or flubs? I forget. I really love this, and I've got 4 meters of it, not only for quilting. I like to make toys out of it. I do. This is linen, but it's a similar kind of vibe. Like my little mouse tulip is made from this kind. It's sort of this fabric. This is a much higher quality. This is linen, but you know, I do use for toy making, bag lining, all kinds of stuff. So I'm still. If you've got any suggestions, let me know, because I'm nowhere near ready to be joining anything. So if you've got some suggestions for me, I don't know how big I want to go with it. I'm not really a quilter. I am a sewer, but I'm not really like a big quilter. So, you know, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'll keep that to the side so I don't misplace it. So that's all I've been doing in sewing. I did buy, I can't remember if I've shown you this. I bought this really super cheap little Father Christmas cross stitch from, we've got like this budget store in the Netherlands, and probably all over Europe. It's called Kik, K-I-K, and it was €1.50. It was nothing, but the embroidery hoop was terrible. I had to get Lawrence to try and help me put, you know, sandwich the fabric in it. It was this horrible hard plastic, and then we managed to get my Ada in it, and it was all misshapen. Honestly, anyway, I have a few little embroidery hoops hung up on my like scissor rack. So I found a little wooden one. Oh, sorry, they're all scrapped remnants. So I have got as far as just mounting the Ada, and you know, I've got that much floss. I don't know if I'm going to use that floss. We'll see. Actually, it's not very nice quality Ada. I've got about 4 or 5 meters of Ada in my cupboard over there in stash. So I haven't really done anything with it, but I don't know if I've shown you this. So I thought, well, I'll just show you, because I will be stitching on that, especially, you know, as we're getting a bit Christmassy. Right, then I thought, only because I've been going through a few of my whip piles, and I did actually knit a couple of lines in it, and I thought, oh God, I just couldn't get into it. But I I've cast this on twice now. It's a pattern. Do I even have the front cover of it, the name anymore? You know what? I don't even think I do. It's Ducati or Ducati, and they're called Be Creative Mittens. And it's charted. So, I wasn't experienced with colour work at all. I think this might be my own hand-dyed yarn, I think. So I cast on, and I'd never done a thumb gusset before. Oh, there's a bit of a loose end there. I'd just never done anything before, but I thought, that's not going to stop me. So this is in sock yarn, and I knitted one. It actually fits really well, and my bracelets are in the way. But look at that, it's got a bee on the front. Isn't it nice? And then on the palm, it's got this little motif. It's probably not lined up properly. I mean, look at that thumb gusset. Isn't that nice? I'm so pleased with how I did. I just drew myself in. It is my own sock yarn, I'm sure of it. Or at least one of the colours is. And then it's got this 2x2. I'm sorry, I've got all my bangles on. 2x2 ribbon on it. I don't know why I didn't make a second pair. Why did I do it? I have no idea. I have no idea. It's beautiful. Oh, that bee is stunning. And then what did I do? What did I do? I cast on another one. And I thought this was the second one. I cast on another one in really thick. I think this is DK yarn. I don't know why. I just like the colours. It was all odd balls of stash. I don't even think we've got the ball bands of them anymore. So this is a DK version. I think I just like colour work, but not anything with it. So that's the bee, and that's the little motif. And then I did the cuff a lot longer, you can see here, and I just winged it as I went. So actually I could do with that cable. I shouldn't leave things lying on cables for too long, because I'm forever buying new cables. So this is much bigger because it's DK, so it's the same pattern. Maybe that's why I didn't carry on with this one. Maybe I felt it a bit tight, but it feels okay. So yeah, here it is. And again, you know, thumb gusset. Does anybody else do that, or is it just me? And you know what? I haven't even got an urge to like knit a second one of them. And I've done that with socks over the years. I've like knitted one sock and thought, I don't feel like knitting the other one. And I think that's crazy because, you know, yarn's not cheap. Again, this is in one of my lovely, oh my gosh, I found a pair of knitting needles as well, brand new, 3mm. The zings, that's going in my needle bag. Does anybody else do that? I mean, I've got a full ball here of Jameson and Smith 2-ply jumper weight, 100% Shetland wool, 25 gram. I don't know what the colour is. Shade, oh my gosh, 29 mix, I think it is. I just like the colour. Honestly, I'm just, you know, I don't want to frog them. I quite like looking at them. Anyway, let me know about that one. I'm just curious. I thought, because I'm going through stuff, maybe I should do that every podcast and just shame myself. I'm glad I had a good look in the bag because, you know, I need needles. Oh, and I mustn't forget the pattern. Maybe I will. I seem to be in my, you know, like Taylor Swift has eras. I'm in my knitting era at the moment. Right. I'll show you some of the things, my incoming. I'm going to start with the most amazing one, because if you've watched my Vlogtobers, or you know, my vlog channel, you'll know this. What I was keeping my shawl and my ranunculus in is a gift, a very naughty gift from my bestie Jeanette. and she bought herself one and she treated me to one, and I'm just blown away. And it's this stunning wool bag. So this is by Redesign, but I think it's a special colourway that they did with West Knits. If you don't know West Knits, Stephen West, he is a knitting pattern designer, and he has his own yarn, West Knits, and together with his business partner Penelope, they have a very famous yarn store in Amsterdam called Stephen and Penelope, and tourists come from far and wide to travel to the shop. And Jeanette has been to the old store. They moved premises in May of this year. Actually, they were in the middle of moving when she was visiting me, so we couldn't go together. I've since been to the new premises. It's fantastic. It's spendy. So if you want to knit something big from there, you need cash, a lot of cash. But it is an experience, and you know, there's no taking away from him as a designer. He's fantastic. Anyway, so this is in their aubergine colourway. It's stunning. It smells leathery, and it's got these little tags on it, because it's like, what are those tags for? It's very clever. So you can hold the tag while you unzip it. How genius is that? It's got a little handle on the top, and then it all, I keep saying this on my vlog, I love the zip. It's never, you know, sometimes the zip can be a bit catchy. It's a metal zip, and then you unzip it and it folds out flat. And then it's got a pocket in the middle for your notions, and then it's got two little pockets on the side, and it's amazing. I have been keeping my Hokey Locatelli shawl on one side. Okay, it's very small at the moment, and I've been stashing my Ranunculus on the other side. So I've left it unzip, and this has just been lying on my footstool in front of me, or on the floor on the sofa, where when my dog Jack isn't lying on me. And then because it sits open, I just leave the ball in and I can just knit out of it. It is honestly, I mean, these are not cheap. It's coming up Christmas. You know, if you want a treat, maybe you can put it on your wish list or treat yourself. But isn't that amazing? So that was one of my incomings, a birthday gift from Jeanette. And I'm just, you know, and she was worrying because hers came before mine. And apparently because of it was a new colourway, it was on pre-order, so she was panicking. So it came after my birthday. But oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. I was blown away. Now the other thing, I'll show you this. I've had this in my house for 3 days now, and I've still not flicked through it, but I thought I'd show you. Lawrence bought the subscription to Daphne's Diary for me. This is the Dutch version. It's the same as all the other versions, it's just in the Dutch language, obviously, which isn't an issue for me. I can read Dutch, not very well, but I get the gist of it. And this is a special, like a bumper, thick edition, because it's the last, number 8 is the last edition of the year. I think I've still got another 3 editions to come from this, because he started the subscription in, I think the first edition I got was around July, so I've got quite a few to come yet. But anyway, this is the Christmas edition. If you like paper crafting, junk journal, these recipes, there's all kinds of stuff in it. I haven't found customer service to be amazing with Daphne's Diary, but there's no taking away of the stuff that's in it. And they've had this little series of collectible houses. Oh, I can't reach them up there. So, and you can, they're not perforated, so you have to cut them out. I've cut 2 out and I've given up, because it's, I don't know, it's like that card that when you cut round a corner, it sort of, like, what's the word? It goes, it like, the fibres separate. It's like very fibrous cardboard. But, you know, they are cute. They're very, very cute. And there's stickers in there and inspiration, and yeah, so that's these are lovely. I don't know what you do with them. You have to cut them out and do something, stick them on something. Aren't they beautiful? I just like the vibe of it. It's very, you know, vintage, you know, old school. Oh, what, that's nice. I don't know if that's paper or it's going to show you how to make something. It's probably paper. Yeah, because if you journal, you know, you can, there's loads of paper in here that you can snip out. I mean, again, these are not perforated, so you have to snip them out. But, you know, Christmas gifting, anything. So that was another incoming, because, you know, I'm showing you because that was, you know, gift from Lawrence. And then I've got a couple of things. When I went to not Yarndale, gosh, what am I talking about? Kreadoe. I bought a few bits and bobs. I've shown this on Vlogtober and everybody loved it. I'll just unravel it. So this is, sorry, the sun's now coming over the front of the house. It's like all these shades of like olive greens, racing greens, like gold greens. It's stunning. So I bought 2 skeins of this, and I'll show you the label. I'll just rewind it. And just bear with me. And it is so soft. And Nicola and I went to Kreadoe together, and we'd never heard of this store before. It's called, the stand at Kreadoe was called Yarn Hugs on the Klinkerstraat in Amsterdam. We were both like, what? So we are going to go to that, maybe before Christmas actually. And I'm very tempted to buy another one of these, because I'll tell you why when I stop fiddling. Hold on. Oh, I've made a right pig's ear of that. Sorry. He was looking all pretty. Anyway, I mean, it has to get balled up, so it won't stay like that forever, will it? Yeah, this, I did think maybe another ranunculus in this. So I think this is, I can't remember if we said it was sock weight. It's called Gazelle Happy Feet, hand painted, and this colourway is Green Eyes, and it's 75% superwash merino wool, 25% polyamide, and in one skein it's 100 gram. You get 330 metre or 360 yard. So it wouldn't have been enough to do the MKAL, but I'm thinking maybe another 1 or 2 of these. And because it's all, you know, it's like got that hand-dyed vibe, you don't need it from the same colour lot, because the colours are all different in it anyway. So I fancy maybe that'd like make a beautiful ranunculus. I don't know if the camera is picking that up. I've got a feeling it's looking more brown, but it's definitely golden green. Anyway, you can head on over to yarnhugs.com and you can order that. And Nicola bought some of this in another colourway. It's beautiful. It's so soft. I think this Gazelle is Italian, maybe the brand, but yeah, that was something, a little treat to myself. Then I bought, we saw these shawls made up and they were stunning. Very, very simple. I think it looked like an end-to-end, like a garter rib. So you do, I think it was like a few rows of garter, a few rows of stockinette, and vice versa. And it looked amazing. And so it was a free pattern from Katya. I downloaded it. It's charted. I don't do, unless it's colourway, I don't do knitted, you know, charts. So I'm not going to, I found one very similar. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's a similar style, 1 skein, and I think it's got a little bit of like eyelets in it, so it actually looks like a nice one. So this is Katya Paint Looks Non-Stop Creativity. It's a limited edition. They do have it on the Katya site still, and this is colour 57. Now the reason I bought it is the fade from colour to colour is outstanding. What a beautiful fade. It's not abrupt, it's such a gradual fade, and in the shawl it looks stunning. Both of us kept going back to it and we were like, oh, wow. So I'm not that fond of that random brown in it though, but I think the pattern I found, I wish I hadn't made a note of it, I'm so sorry. I think this is actually, it calls for less yarn that's in that ball. So just as well, I'm going to start from the outside in, and if I don't use that brown, I'll be fine with it, but the sparkle's lovely. Bought a couple of other things, just thought I'd show you. I bought this super cute fabric, just one little piece. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, but it's all like these vintage cowboys. How cute is that? Super cute. It's quite thin, the cotton. It's a bit see-through, but I just bought it because I just loved, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might make project bags, I don't know. And then online, not from the Kreadoe, oh gosh, I can't remember who bought it from now. I'll have to have a dig round. Again, this cotton to go with it, and it's like little cowboy saddles. Isn't that nice? Now, if I make a project bag from this, I'm going to have to really pad it because it's very thin. It's not really see-through, but it's bordering on. But don't they look so cute together? Look, these little cowboys and saddles. I just love it. It's so cute. So it's just for my stash for now. I bought some lovely teal, greenish blue felt, 2 pieces. I'm hoping it's enough because I don't remember who I bought that off. But I fancy in the Luna Lapping, the very first book, Luna's got this beautiful coat and it's made from this colour. And stupidly, I should have bought another piece because it wasn't expensive, but I don't remember the name of the company I bought them from. If I've not got enough, I won't cut them out. I don't know. And then I'll just do it something else. But I really fancied making that little coat. I do remember Ellie, who's from Craft House Magic. Ellie did make that coat going back a few years ago, and she's shown it. She did say it was tricky, but it looked amazing. And then another, I don't remember the store, this was from the stand, this beautiful cotton. And I thought this would make nice, again, for toy making, but also for embroidery. It's beautiful. I'm really sorry, the camera's not picking the colour up. I think it's because the sun, it's the aperture on the camera's like fighting with too many different light shades at this time, sources. Anyway, I think that's everything. So just for the future plans, I am going to try and come back every Friday from, you know, now until the end of the MKAL, just to show you my progress, talk about it, and if I've done anything else. They'll probably be a little bit shorter now because, you know, I've had like, I don't know, three weeks or something between podcasts. So if I do it more, you know, on a weekly basis for now, then they should be a little bit shorter. But don't forget, if you have enjoyed spending some time with me, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be fantastic, and it will really help the channel and the community grow. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. And if you've come over from the vlog channel, thank you. I do know, because when we did our very first Chit Chat Wednesday this week, I play a little emoji game over on that channel, and we see who's still here at the end. And then I just, it's not planned, off the top of my head, I just name an emoji, and then I say whoever's here at the end, put an emoji or the word in the comments. And this week it was either a ball of wool, yarn, or anything crafty related, because the Chit Chat I was sat down knitting on the ranunculus, and I'd say 90% of the comments all had a little ball of wool or something crafty in it. So I do know a lot of people from the vlog channel do watch the podcast, so thank you. I really appreciate it. Right, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you're all well, and yeah, if I don't see you over on the Dawn's Days vlog channel, then I'll see you in a week's time. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, take care. Bye for now.